I just don't want to use excuses anymore for not getting started. I don't want to wait until the perfect time anymore to start, but I really want to be able to look back and be proud of what I've done. All right, so where I'm currently at, I'm 25, dropped out of college. I'm currently working at Amazon, just a delivery driver, pretty easy job, nothing crazy or anything like that. It pays pretty decent for the area that I live in. You know, I'm really just trying to grow with YouTube and start a YouTube channel of documenting the process of growing in life and starting these businesses and growing in my health and growing in my faith. And I just have all these ideas I've always feel like I could pursue, and yet I always never take action. I know that the current pattern I'm living of just going to work, getting off, and just chilling, scrolling through reels at the end of the day, it's just not working for me. And I just know I want more out of life, and that in order to get that, I'm gonna have to start taking action now, really. My current vision is really just learning how to grow in life and pursuing YouTube. You know, me and my brother, we've even started a business out here in Texas where we're gonna stain decks, and he lives in Colorado. I'll be doing the labor, but I just don't want to use excuses anymore. I don't want to wait until the perfect time anymore to start. 5 years from now, I want to be able to look back at myself and at this video potentially and be able to tell myself that I'm proud and happy that I started, or figure out where I went wrong in life. But either way, I want to use it as a learning lesson. And I know that that's not going to happen by me sitting around thinking and talking about these ideas, but rather sitting and acting upon them and taking action, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to build this in the long term, is me taking action every day and being disciplined to stay on top of it. I do want to set some rules for myself on how I even approach this channel and the way I put out content. I want to be able to approach this as honest as possible and really just be open and be genuine and authentic. I don't want to hide any failures that I have. I want to be able to share the truth, even if it's embarrassing, you know, something that makes me uncomfortable, like even just sitting in front of a camera. That's something that's always been hard for me to do. And to be honest, one of the reasons I gave up on one of my Instagram fitness pages, because I just hated setting up the camera in the gym and planning out the content ideas and figuring it just didn't feel authentic at the time. But I want to make a rule to myself to just be genuine and put out whatever I feel like putting out. And I think that's the key in order to stay consistent in something you want to do, is it has to be authentic to you and to yourself. Because if you're not being authentic to it, then how are you gonna keep up with it long term if you're faking something that you don't want to do? That's the way I'm kind of looking at it right now. And I want to be able to just have someone be able to relate, and if I can just help one person, then that'll make my day, to be honest. So, you know, who knows, this channel could end up going absolutely nowhere, but I want to make sure that I actually start, and I don't want to have the regrets and always wonder, you know, what if I did at least try and, you know, give it a shot. So I think that's just something that I'm going to learn from big time. And I think if you're going through a similar situation, I think this is something you should follow along with, and this is something we can learn together and figure out. Because let's face it, man, it's hard out here and it's confusing, especially being in your mid-20s. There's so much going on, so many paths you can take in your mid-20s. I think it makes it really hard to decide, and it's hard to have a clear mind through all of this. And so I want to be able to document this entire journey, and I want to be able to be authentic, and I don't want to have any regrets of never starting this. So let's go ahead and let's build this.